Forgiveness. I had a lot of thought on the word, and I realized I didn't know what it meant. Forgiveness. It means to stop feeling resentful or angry against someone for something they have wronged. And forgiveness is not something that can easily be given. People hold things in their heart and they regret it and they hold it against people. Sins. We do it a lot and we don't even realize we do it half the time. When was the last time you sinned? Last month? Tuesday? Friday night? It's everything we do. People say it's easy to forgive but hard to forget. But you're not truly forgiving if you remember it and hold it against them. It's not really forgiving. God doesn't care what you've done. It's not really mattering to him. It only matters that you ask for forgiveness, to show him that you care enough, that you don't want to hold anything against anyone, and you don't want him to hold it against you. Holding a grudge, getting revenge, something I've done on countless occasions. I always think it's never my fault. Why should I forgive when they started it? And when I really think about it, it's both of our faults. It's not any one person's fault. I get to my knees and I say, God, I know you're listening. I always listen. And you will do too. I forgive the person who has wronged me. However wrong they were, I forgive them. I ask for your forgiveness too, because nothing ever is one man's fault. Thank you, God, because I know you love us enough to forgive, enough to forget. One of the most influential men in India's history once said, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is a tribute of the strong." Gandhi was a man who was in contact with many different faiths. He was a very religious man. And my interpretation of this is probably different from anyone's. The weak, to me, symbolize the weak in faith, the poor in heart and spirit, never being taught the truth of forgiveness. The strong, symbolizing the strong in faith, the ones who have good walk with Christ. The strong, the one who forgive. While we can't always help being sinful, as best proven by the first people to walk the earth, we can ask for forgiveness. Not the artificial kind that comes with hatred behind by a person who never truly forgives, but the kind that comes from God. The kind that says, I'm not perfect and I do wrong, but I am forgiven. Forgiven by you, Lord. Forgiven. I've done lots of things and some are not good, but others show the side of me. The side that I hide, the sinful side. I say things I don't mean. I do things I regret. I don't like to think about them. I bury them deep in my heart, and they scream at me, reminding me of what I've done wrong. They grow so big and so loud, I'm forced to listen. I try to get rid of them, but they're always behind me. People say it's easy to forgive and hard to forget. How right they are. And I make amends with people I wronged, and I think everything is okay, but there is always a whispering in the back of my head. I forgive. Bring to me your troubles. Show me you truly are sorry for the things you have done wrong. I forgive. I always forgive. Forgiveness is not something to be taken lightly. It's a promise that no matter what you do or say, it won't matter. Nothing is held against you. Two words that really stood out to me in that passage. And I've already talked about forgiveness, but sin. What really is sin? Sin is an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. It's Old English and believed to be derived from the Latin word sons, or son, meaning guilt. I go to school and I have fun with my friends, and we badmouth each other. And we laugh about it, but at the end of the day, I try to stay within the guidelines of the school rules. We all do. So why is it so hard for us to do these with our spiritual rules? The Ten Commandments were not optional. Sins aren't always the worst thing in life that we do. They can be small and little, but they're all the same to God. Think. When really was the last time you sinned? I don't know, and maybe no one else in here does, but God does. He's standing beside you saying, I know you have done wrong against me. I know you have taken the things of this world and put them before me, but I forgive you. I forgive. Forgiven by you, Lord. Forgiven.